But I just want to ask you this question, and it's going to lead into our next topic here. Should fat people crack jokes about other fat people?
Yeah, why not? A joke is a joke, whether it's funny or not. A joke is a joke. I feel like these people have really honed in on this whole PC culture and body shaming and all this other nonsense. And it's like, bro, y'all need to relax. We all need to really just sit back, chill, laugh at each other, and keep life going. Like, why does it even matter whether I just don't, I just think it's dumb. Absolutely. We crack jokes about everybody else. How come we can't crack jokes about each other? That's the perfect Jones session to me. That's the perfect Jones session to
Well,
me. When
Rebecca,
you
you are overweight. You ain't got no room to talk about nobody.
and just like a fat nigga ain't got no room to talk about me either. Like, and that's the joke. You see what I'm saying?
Your mama's so big, she spat on the rainbow and Skittles popped out.
I'm just saying, like that is to me, that's the comedy of it. When you got two people sitting across from each other, big as hell, and they both sitting there making fat jokes about each other, that's comedy. That's the comedy of it. I don't understand how people don't think that's funny.
Hmm.
That's fucking hilarious to me.
So what you're saying is because, or I should say, in spite of you being a big girl, you can crack jokes about Lizzo
Absolutely. I can't stand her. Oh, Lord help
because
me.
we all know, or maybe I should ask, do you think that the mainstream media is giving Lizzo an extra push that they're not giving other people, other artists, other women?
I do. And I think Lizzo is the media's fault. And whoever the people is in her team and those celebrities, it's like, girl, just keep doing you. I feel like Lizzo is their fault. That's why she's on Instagram shaking her ass and all this other type of stuff every 2.5 posts. Like, so yes.
But she's vegan, Rebecca.
Is she the fat kind of vegan?
Yes, and I did Google that. I actually Googled that. I said, Google, Google said, huh? I said, Google, can vegans be fat? Google was like, yes, vegans can be fat.
Maybe I just don't understand veganism, so I'm not gonna really comment too much on that. But I didn't know there was a such thing as a fat vegan.
So you think the mainstream media is pushing Lizzo and the body positivity movement?
I agree.
Or does the body positivity movement only go in one direction? It's
I think it.
okay for a woman to be fat and overweight, but a man can't be fat and overweight. Speak on it.
Say that one more time.
It's okay for a woman to be body positive. You can't shame me. I know I look like Rasputin, but I'm gonna put on this two-piece with a thong anyway, and you better not say nothing. But let a man try to say, hey, don't body shame me.
Oh yeah,
It's a problem. Speak on it.
I agree. There ain't even too much to speak on. I just agree. I agree that when it comes to fat women, it's like, oh, be body positive, be body conscious, don't body shame them. But when it comes to the men, I really don't hear a lot of people taking up for the men. What
They don't. They don't. They don't. And I'm like, I look, I've been a big nigga all my life. Now, I'm
Mhm.
pretty sure if I was to, because I lost a bunch of weight about probably about 10 years ago. I was
Mhm.
going to the gym 3 or 4 times a week. I was eating healthy. I was eating at home. Like I was really getting it. I think I got down to about 235, and I was pretty slim. But I've been a big dude most of my life. And
Mm-mm.
jokes, being jokes, telling jokes without malice is one thing. Like if you're telling jokes to be malicious, I think that's one thing. But if you're telling jokes just to be funny, I think that's entirely different. And I think what it is, for me, anyways, I'm confident because a lot of people come at me like, how can you say that about Lizzo? Because I'll be cracking on Lizzo hard. I'll be like, she looked like goddamn Crushinator from Futurama. She built like
Mhm.
a goddamn deep freezer. She built like a goddamn grizzly bear, nigga. Oh, I'll be cracking all type
Mhm.
of jokes on Lizzo, nigga. But they be like, how can you say that? I know you ain't talking. You're fat too. You're, excuse me, you're right. I'm fat with a great revolution. Thank you for telling me that I'm fat. But the difference between me and Lizzo is I don't scream body positivity and then try to show my ass and show my little flappy titties all on Facebook and shit. I'm confident whatever size I'm in. That's the difference. Lizzo says she's confident, but she's really not. She's really not. A lot of people, women, be like, oh my God, Lizzo's so confident. No, she's not.
I think she's really insecure.
She's really insecure. If she was confident, she wouldn't be online. And I don't really be checking for Lizzo like that. But
I'm
yes,
not gonna
she's
even.
absolutely getting a mainstream media push because I see this heifer, I mean heifer like as in cow, all up and down my goddamn timeline on Facebook. I can't
Wow.
get away from this bitch. Every fucking day, all day. If I get on Facebook, I'm gonna see 1, 2, 3 posts about Lizzo, not from my friends, but from tabloids, newspapers, media entities. Oh, Lizzo looks stunning. Oh, Lizzo did this. Lizzo did that. And to me, I feel like Lizzo is a plantation mammy. You know,
Mm.
white folk love them a good old fashioned plantation mammy. You know, the overweight, black, heavy set black woman that used to rule the roost on the plantation. They love themselves a mammy. Oh, yes, they do. Yes, they do. Remember Hattie McDaniels playing Mammy and Gone with the Wind? Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. Who else? Aunt Jemima. You know, Aunt Jemima used to be a dark skinned, heavy set mammy.
Mm.
Y'all don't believe me? Look that shit up. If I had the picture on my damn computer, or whatever, I'll pull it up for you. But the original Aunt Jemima was a plantation mammy. Big old dark black skin, heavy set black woman. Mm-hmm, it's good. Come on, get my pancakes, nigga. Until it became taboo, you know, until it became inappropriate for them to have a woman like that. Then they changed her, but that's the new Aunt Jemima. The original Aunt Jemima was a straight plantation mammy. You remember? Oh, let me see. Tom and Jerry. Anybody remember Tom and Jerry? You remember that old fat black woman? Whenever Thomas would do some bullshit in the house, Thomas. Remember that old heavy set black woman? They never showed her face. Oh, but they showed that body and that black skin, though. Yes, they did. Oh, yes, they did. I put Lizzo in that same category. After all, they invited her to play the crystal flute of former president, white supremacist James Madison. That's not to say that Lizzo's not talented. Lizzo is very talented,
She is.
but her talent is overshadowed by her antics. You always want to show your ass. You always want to wear these bodysuits, these outfits that aren't flattering towards you. They invited you to come to the Library of Congress and play this flute that hasn't been played in like 200 some odd years. And what did you do? The first opportunity you get, flute, 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 shaking my ass, twerk, 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 flute, 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 twerk, twerk, flute, flute, twerk, twerk, flute, 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 flute.
Mm-hmm.
You mean to tell me that white people don't get a kick out of it? Oh my God. Oh my God. It's a masterful performance, Lizzo. Oh, it's masterful. Encore. Encore. Look,
You know what?
she's a joke. She's white people love Lizzo because she's a walking joke. Literally. That's the reason why they love her so much. And she can't even see it or she don't care. You know, some people like being that plantation figure, that house Negro, or that Steven from Django. A lot of people like being that. A lot of people like, giving it up to Massa. A lot of people like that shit. And I probably wouldn't even crack jokes on Lizzo like that if I didn't see her come across my timeline so often. But because I know they're pushing her in our faces, I push back. Notice you don't see no heavyset white women. That did they push Roseanne down our throats? No, they didn't. Roseanne had to lose weight.
I can't think of this one girl from the UK.
Adele,
Not Adele. It was another girl, Rebel Wilson.
Rebel Wilson.
They did. She was in like a bunch of movies and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So they did push them a little bit, but at the same time, it was different than Lizzo because they went out here half naked or damn near naked every time
Hmm.
or at all, to be honest. So when they do push they heavy set, white women, that push is different. They not as exposed as black women.
They made a deal. The deal was heavy set.
She was.
It was like, okay, it's time for you to lose weight now. Time for
But
you.
she wasn't shaking ass either.
She wasn't. She wasn't. But white men typically don't like oversized women. Like if you see a white dude with an oversized woman, he broke.
He ain't got no choice.
A lot of white, yeah. He gets what he qualifies for. But I'm telling you, a lot of white men like them slender chicks. That's why when you see a lot of black girls, what they call the divestors,
Mm.
they fit a certain criteria. Usually they're tall,
Yeah.
slender, athletic type build. That's what they
Yep.
go for. I used to work with this chick. Her name was Sarah. Cute little short little white girl. Wasn't fat at all. She had like one son, but she wasn't fat. She wasn't even super thick. Like she had a little bit of hips on her, a little bit of boobs, a little bit of thighs, but she wasn't fat. She wasn't even really like thick. She just had
Mm.
a little bit of meat on her bones. And she was like, Brad says I'm fat. Baby, where? Because I wanted to holler at her. I was like, girl, where?
Yeah,
But
it was
Brad
like,
says, what the fuck Brad know? Girl, you not, I'm literally, she wasn't fat at all. She wasn't even really thick.
so
She
she about big as mama. Like
probably,
that.
probably a little bit bigger in the waist. Thighs
Mm-hmm.
were a little bit bigger, but nothing,
Mama got them chicken legs.
yeah, but nothing real serious. But white men typically, if they do see a black woman with a big butt, it's more like a spectacle, like they did
Mm-hmm.
our sister Sarah Bartman,
Mm-hmm.
Hottentot Venus. She had this big old caboose booty that God had given her, and the white people was just so fascinated about it. They took her on tour around the world, and even after she died, they stuffed her body and
Lizzo.
continued to tour with her, which is very disrespectful.
What
Very
if that?
disrespectful.
What if that's Lizzo?
But you know those dresses, you know them Victoria era dresses with the big caboose on the back. You know that was
Mhm.
modeled after that sister. I don't know if you knew that.
My question is, what if that's how they view Lizzo?
Hmm. Hmm. God,
Because
thank
that's
you,
where
Becky.
I was
Shit.
getting to.
You asking the hard questions tonight, huh, Rebecca?
Yeah,
God.
see, that's where I was getting to when I said that they put their women out there. They women ain't as exposed
Hmm.
as they do black women.
I, I mean, I'm I'm gonna tell you, like Eddie Griffin said, it's a connection.
hmm
All I'm gonna say. I ain't got shit else to say about it. I done said my piece, goddammit.